took my friend Melissa on her very first backpacking trip. She has a lot of experience car camping and day hiking, but she's never been backpacking. Hi, I'm Lori Girl, and I'm out there. You're on, Melissa.
Yay.
First backpacking trip ever. I've been accused of making my adventures harder than I said they would be, and I wanted Melissa to really enjoy backpacking. So I chose a trail where there were a lot of places we could camp and we wouldn't have to do the miles we set out if we didn't want to. No reservations were needed, and there were a couple places we could park our cars for shuttling so that we could bail a little early and still have a successful trip. Okay, you can see that our car is right back there, so we didn't even get to go maybe 50 yards before we had to do our first stream crossing. And it's a little cold, it's like 44 degrees. This is about the high for the day. But we have to cross this river just to get started on the trail.
Oh my god, there's no way I can make that.
You can get it. This is Melissa's first time wearing a backpack, and it's a kind of a long step.
It's a really long step.
Right away, Melissa realizes that crossing a river when you're going to be multiple day backpacking means you want to keep your feet dry. Normally she just splashes right across and doesn't care how wet she gets because she's climbing into a car that night.
Oh dear.
I know you can.
I can't.
There you go. Now give yourself a good push.
I'm stuck.
Push hard. Totally successful.
Not even a block onto the thing and I'm already thinking I'm gonna die.
Melissa goes for the barefoot option. Are we having fun yet?
Almost. Holy cold, it's cold.
Another thing Melissa was glad she had was water shoes. The rocks hurt her bare feet. I maybe am not good at this at all, and even my cotton ball won't light. Melissa noticed there was a lot of differences between the kind of camping you do backpacking and what she does with the day hike, which is car camping. First of all, she said building a fire was not her forte, and as you can see in this video, it's not mine either. But she usually uses something to make the flame go rather quickly and has a lot of fuel starter and plenty of wood with her that's dry. Whereas when you're out backpacking, you don't have most of those things. She also said that she's used to having a giant air mattress that she can blow up with a machine she hooks up to her truck, which of course you can't do when you're out backpacking. You'd have to have a smaller mattress and you blow it up with a stuffed sack or with your own mouth. She said the sleeping pad being much smaller was much harder to sleep on. And what she really noticed was that even though the tent seemed really small when she set it up, there was plenty of room inside. So even though it was a lot smaller than her car camping tent, it did work pretty well. So that was a plus. And then it was a little bit spooky for her backpacking at night because sounds are different when you don't think you have a car nearby. You don't really have an escape route. You're just out there by yourself. There were a few people camped a bit away from us. You could hear them a little bit. But I think what spooked her the most was when I got up in the night to go to the bathroom and she just knew somebody was up and took her a minute to realize it was probably me and not a stranger coming to the tent. So none of those things were deterrents to her backpacking again, but they were things that she hadn't expected that were different. I didn't realize how tired you were the first night, right before the crossing and setting up the camp, because you never acted like it. I mean, you said you were tired, but you never acted all pissy and moany like some people do.
Well, I was still having fun. I was just really tired. I mean, I really enjoy all of it, but I'm not like, I mean, it was hard. It was not like, wee, this is so easy, like some people thought. Some people
I don't know who you're talking about.
Oh, relaxing. I could go skipping. I was like, oh. I think though, I really did enjoy it. I think a well-fitting backpack would make a huge difference in my enjoyment of the actual hiking part. I was testing out my fortitude and finding out that I need to get, I mean, I always struggle at hills. That wasn't really the pack's fault. That's just how I I suck going up hills.
You did great though going up the hills, even the bonus hills.
I did not do good going up that last one. I hated that. I did do it, but I didn't really have a choice. You said we're going down the other side.
And I was wrong.
And then the butt pad was kind of enlightening.
Makes a huge difference.
I mean, craziness. That was amazing. In car camping, I have a little a mattress, like a blow-up mattress, and I have a little motor, and it blows it up, and I sleep like, you know, it's fine. I have a pillow.
It's probably bigger and wider and
Yes,
thicker.
and so you're talking about this giant. This one is just so big, and the other one, you know, it's kind of narrow, and I'm like, that looks like exactly like the lining of a coffin, and it does not look big to me. And the tent was a lot sturdier than I guess I imagined, like a way more tent-like than I imagined, and so roomy inside when it looks so tiny.